Hello, I'm going to give you a brief guide to making a virtual ensemble. This will be very quick. If you want more information, feel free to email me, or I'd be happy to talk by telephone. There's a lot of detail to it, but I'm just going to give this quick overview. So I'd say there are 5 steps to making a virtual ensemble. First, making a bass track or a conducting video. This is what the performers will listen to on headphones and sing to or play to as they make their videos. Second, you need a method for storing those videos. Perhaps a Dropbox would be one place where the participants will send the videos. You have to be aware that there's a large file, so you need to have some method for storing large amounts of data. And then once those files are made available, you also need an external hard drive so you can download those files and then store them and manipulate them on your computer. Thirdly, we compile the audio and the video separately. So take out the audio from those video files into a digital audio workstation such as Pro Tools or Ableton, Audacity, one of those. I happen to use Ableton. And then take the videos separately and manipulate them. And then fourthly, starting to edit the audio using, as I said, for me, Ableton. And then fifthly, syncing the videos. That is minimizing them, arranging them, making sure they're in accord with each other in terms of time. And what my technique is usually to use the track that I've made in the audio editing as the soundtrack to the video. In other words, not using the individual soundtracks of all the videos, but making one single soundtrack that underlies the video. It allows more control of the soundtrack. So equipment, it helps to have a fast computer that is maybe with 8 gigabytes or 16 gigabytes memory because these are very taxing processes. So it can go pretty slowly if you have a slow computer. It's good to have a large external hard drive. If you store it on your computer, you'll be in trouble because your computer will fill up way too fast. You have to store it on an external hard drive. So going through those steps now. Making a bass track. I pursued 2 different techniques for choral works. One is to use a recording of a piece that I've performed before. So this is my performance or my interpretation, so that I'm comfortable in conducting it. This is satisfying because the singers can sing along with other singers. There's some satisfying aspects to it. Another technique that's not always possible, we don't always have a recording like that. Another technique would be to make a bass track using, say, a MIDI, and this or playing on the piano. I prefer the playing on a MIDI keyboard because there's more opportunity for editing in that case. So you make the bass track, and then you're going to have to practice conducting. Now, for smaller ensembles, you could do without the conducting, but let's talk about that anyway. So you give yourself a count in to your bass track so that you know when it's going to start. Otherwise, you have no idea, right? You just have to guess. It can be helpful to watch the MIDI track while you conduct. Let's say there's a pause and then the players come in, kind of unexpectedly or at a very particular moment. Watching the video track, you can give the illusion that they're following you. Agreed, it's a little fake, but it can work. There's a lot of fussing that has to go into this in order to make it come out just right. And it's good to be careful about this because the bass track is what is going to determine the quality of the performance. If there's any nuance at all, it has to be in the bass track. And you'll need to put in some method for synchronization into the bass track. So what I've done is to have a countdown, visual countdown, and they clap at the 0, and so that I have those claps. It helps me line up all the videos. Another method, which I think is better, which I hope to use in the future, I just heard about it, is to have 3 tones or so in the bass track, and tell the players to unplug their headphones at the beginning so that the recording device can hear those 3 tones, and then plug them in, and you have a few seconds before you start to sing or play. And then those tones are the sync point. That could be a better technique. But you need to think of some method for synchronization. Okay, editing the sound. If you have multiple people on a part, the first step is to make sure that they blend. It's kind of like building a real ensemble, except just it's being done after the fact. So I usually use, like, say, the best take that we have as the bass, and then take another singer and try to match them up. If they're off here, I might adjust things like just pull down one if they have a wrong note, to tell the truth. So the top bass made a mistake there. So I go in and pull down the volume at that moment. And now just the bottom one, the green one, is heard. And here I'm showing how you can group the tracks. Group the tracks, let's say if all the clarinets or all the altos, whatever, those tracks are grouped, and then you can control the balance between the different sections that way. Once you have all those sounds, probably a good idea to add some reverb at the end, not in each track, I would say, can help to pull the sounds together. So with the video, you distort the image to make it smaller, and then to move it in the screen. And those 2 techniques basically allow you to arrange all these separate videos in layers. So here we're taking the video, minimizing it, cropping it, and then using the transform function to make it smaller, and then arranging it with the other miniaturized videos. Once you've got all those videos lined up, and then you have the soundtrack that you've made separately in the audio editing process, then you're basically done. It could be, made a little prettier with various techniques afterward, but you've got the basics there. I think this is, as I said, there is some aspects of this that are it's an imitation of real live music making, but it does have some artistic value, I think, and I hope you enjoy it. It is, be ready for some frustration, but satisfaction, I think, in the end. Thank you for watching this video.